Hey, what's up, y'all? So I just want to do this quick video that Dr. Umar Johnson, he had a little back and forth on the Jesse Lee Peters show. Now, if you don't know who Jesse Lee Peters is, he is a quote-unquote black dude from the South. I think he's like from Alabama, Mississippi, something like that. And he is known for being, people call him an Uncle Tom because he sides a lot with quote unquote white conservatives and stuff like that. Now, the thing is with the quote unquote black community is they're very quick to write people off. Like, oh, Uncle Tom, blah, 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 and then never listen to a word this person has to say. And that is a terrible way to live your life. If you just write people off because of one thing that they say or do, then you can miss out on the things that they do correctly or the insight that they bring. So you need to be able to keep those channels open. And you got to take that into your day-to-day life as well. You should definitely not just be burning bridges all over the place for based off emotional reasons. And that's something that the black community does all the damn time. Like, for instance, the black community wants to write off Candace Owens, and she does say a lot of good things. She does offer a few solutions that can help the quote-unquote black community and the black plight. Same with Jesse Lee Peters. What you'll find is most people actually have something to contribute as far as the conversation goes. Actually, the people that the black community tries to write off often, they actually have more to say solution-wise than the quote-unquote black people who are super woke and in their feelings all the damn time. But anyway, on this show, Jesse Lee Peters had a guy call in who's from the South, and he used to gangbang and stuff like that. And it's a very interesting back and forth that they get into. So I'm just gonna play it, and I'm gonna chime in here and there. I don't really know what I'm gonna call this video, but I just think that it's interesting how Umar Johnson he comes, like, you guys already know how I feel about pan-africanism. Like my thoughts on it and everything like that. And I think with most ideas, it's easy to get caught up in idealism, which means pretty much like on paper, yeah, in a perfect fucking society, yes, a lot of things can work. In a perfect society, communism can fucking work to a degree. Because obviously communism tries to freaking literally be your God, and like, nah, I'm not with that. But anyway, so Dr. Umar Johnson, being a pan-Africanist, he likes to a lot of times, like, just live in that idealistic mindset of his. And then you're going to see how that clashes with this guy.
Hey. Go ahead, Jarvis, go ahead. Hey, I'm going to give him a little quick summary of who I am. I'm a young black dude. I'm 26 now. I used to be in the gang. I used to run the street. By the grace of God, never been to jail. I lived in the ghetto all my life. Recently, as last year, I worked my...
And this photo of Trump and that guy, that is not the guy that's speaking. That's just a photo that whoever made this video put up. Because they're probably a low-level thinking person as well.
Way out of the ghetto, me and my wife and kids. And now I do not live in the ghetto. I work for everything I have now. I'm not on no government assistance. I do for myself. How come them people that you're saying that are victims can't do the same as I did? Excellent.
And that's a great point that Jarvis brings up. Okay? And that's what I talk about a lot of times too. We have to do for ourselves. But the only way you can do that, like picture this. Someone living in a small, like a shoebox. Someone lives in a shoebox, right? Now, the person that lives in a shoebox is small, because obviously they live in a shoebox. So the shoebox is big to them inside the shoebox. And from end to end, from corner to corner, it's big. Now, they don't know that they live in a shoebox. And in that shoebox, and outside of that shoebox is a room. It's a bedroom. The shoebox is in the bedroom. And the bedroom is much larger than the shoebox. And that bedroom is in the house. And that house is much larger than the bedroom. And the house is in the town. And that town is much larger, and so on and so on and so forth, right? So it's the box within the box idea. So if someone lives in a freaking shoebox and they are unaware of that, that's all they know. That's literally their reality. They can't fathom anything outside of that. It's kind of asking Paper Mario, which is a 2D character, to imagine how would it be to live in the world that we live in a three-dimensional world. That Paper Mario would never be able to fathom the idea of it because it's outside of their realm of consciousness. It's outside of their reality. Same if you ask us to envision what a fourth dimension would look like. We would know. We could theorize about it, but we will never know because we don't live on that plane. Okay, so the best way for us to change our reality is to open the box. So when I make these videos, and a lot of other guys, when they make their videos and they're trying to get the word out and to get the knowledge out, it's to open the box. It's to get you out of that matrix because you're stuck in that box. But then, as I said, once you open that box, you're still in the room, and then when you got to get out that room, then you got to get out that house. You know what I'm saying, and so on and so forth. So it never really ends because there's layers and layers and layers to it. But first, it starts with opening that box.
Question, excellent question. One of the first things that I found interesting in your statement is that you referred to African Americans as those people as if you're separate from that group. So right there, that tells me your degree of
speaking, I'm not an African. Technically speaking, I'm not an African.
That should deny.
No. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what my.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me take a quick break. I'll let you finish. And what's your website? How can folks get your book?
The website is drumarjohnson.com. That's DRUMARjohnson.com. They can order the book, Psychoacademic Holocaust, directly from the website. I recommend that all persons working with African American children or who are interested in helping African American children read that book. It's the only one ever written by a black male school psychologist that teaches people how to fight back against the special education machine.
He was able to pull himself up. Why can't other black folks do the same?
Well, one of my issues with Jarvis's comment was it was totally based on his own individual experience. One thing that we have
Hold on, I'll let him continue.
to do is stop looking at the world only through the conditions under which we live and the obstacles in our path. We have to look at what is going on with all of our people. What is the...
That is true to a degree because, yes. Well, first let me just say this. People know what they see. So, that's what they're going to talk about. They're going to talk about their struggle and where they came from and where they're at. And that's what they're going to use when they're talking to other people, first-hand account. And that's normal. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what Umar's saying is that, you can't just look at it from a self point of view. You have to look at it from the greater perspective of the entire people, which... Yes, I agree with because I said yes and no. Because yes, I agree with it because now just because, like for instance, there can only be one LeBron James, right? Only one Michael Jordan, only one Kobe Bryant, things like that. So, they can't just sit there and say, oh, well, everyone else is doing it. No, it doesn't work like that. Everyone doesn't have the same gifts and same luxuries and are brought up in different circumstances. So, but then again, it's not everyone's job to lead our people, Umar. Like you consider yourself a leader. I'm a leader. So, like people who are leaders, they have to take on that weight. You can't just put that on Joe Schmo and say, well, you got to look at it from a greater perspective for the people. Not everybody is concerned about moving the needle for the people. So, yes and no to that, Umar. Oh, almost dropped my phone.
General condition. I'm glad that Jarvis was able to do what he did, and I'm very proud of my brother. But it sounds like he was only interested in getting away from his people. As he said, I moved out the ghetto.
So again, this is also something that Umar does a lot, and a lot of people say, and it's like, for instance, I don't live in the hood anymore. You know what I'm saying? I was born in the hood. I don't live there no more. And is it bad for black people to leave the hood? No. Hell no, it ain't bad. Now, is it bad for black people to leave the hood because they want to be around white people? Yes, there's issue with that. If you just want to leave because you live in the fucking hood and it's dangerous and it's fucking dirty as hell and you're tired of living in fucking filth and tired of seeing niggas on the fucking corners and shit, knowing full well what the fuck they doing, then no, there ain't no fucking problem with that. Get the fuck on out of there. Especially if you got kids and you're trying to do better for your kids. Yes, go on and get. You know what I'm saying? There's no problem with that. What? Oh, stay in the hood and fucking, raise a family in the hood? No, that's not how you should be raising a family. That's not how you should be doing it. Nothing against people that were raised in the hood. I came out here when I in my preteen years, teenage preteen years. But I've always gone back and kept a close ties to the hood. I'm not far from the hood. I'm not far from hoods in general. But no, he should not be trying to demonize people or for making their life better. Now, if they're just leaving the hood because they don't want to be around their own people, then yeah, that's different. But then again, we live in a society where they could do shit like that. They don't want to do that. By all means, let them go live with the white people, because the white people don't want to live with you anyway. So those people will never really find true happiness. But those people are lost.
I want to know why he didn't stay in the ghetto and help the other people in the ghetto move up.
Like I said, not everyone's a leader. So you can't just sit here. Oh, you should stay in the ghetto. And again, like I just said, the ghetto is dangerous. And if he just said he's married with kids, like why the hell would he do? Like why? Why you telling people to stay in the ghetto? Now, ideally, and see, this is where I brought up the idealism before. Ideally, yes, you can change your whole community in the ghetto, and ideally, you could do a pull off a complete 180 and start heading in the right direction together. Ideally. But no, how many, and realistically, how long that'll take, how many generations, how many more dead bodies will be added to the tally in the process of doing that?
Let me tell you why. Because number one, I got shot.
Let me tell you, doctor. Hold on. Because of time, doctor. Hold on. Let me tell you.
Look. I'm gonna tell you something right quick, man. Number one, I got shot by another black person.
See, he just said to himself he got shot by another black person. Probably for no damn reason. Or for some stupid ass gang related reason. Because he did say he used to be a gangbanger. But either way, like the nigga got shot. And you telling this man to stay there? It's dangerous. You will never hear me tell anyone to fucking stay in the fucking hood, whether they're part of the America's Original People movement, they're part of what I'm trying to accomplish, they're part of the FBA movement, or any kind of movement similar to those two movements. I will never tell them to stay in the fucking hood. If you have a family and you want to get out the hood, but you still want to help push the needle, by all means get the fuck out. You can still do work from outside. I don't live in the hood. I still do work.
But two, the crime is so heavy you can't even go around the corner without somebody breaking into somebody else's house or trying to kill somebody else for no particular reason. I'm not trying to get away from nobody.
Where do those circumstances come from, Jarvis?
Hold on, you hold on. You hold on. Listen to me. This is what happened.
He said, where does those circumstances come from, Jarvis? He said, hold on. You hold on. Yeah, Jarvis threw that nigga in check, man.
You don't stay over there and raise kids in that kind of environment. My great grandpa.
See, he just said it himself. You don't stay and raise kids in that kind of environment.
Mom came communist Cuba, dog. You know what I'm saying? She told me what it's like. You get away from that crap.
His community and improved it.
A real black man would have stayed in his community and improved it. Okay, all right. So see, this is where I get like I get not pissed off, but it's like, come on, dude. What the fuck does that mean, my nigga? Like, first and foremost, I don't know what community you even live in, because you always in a different fucking hotel room when you're doing your goddamn videos. At the start of this video, this nigga said, oh, I'm literally in a hotel room. I'm very calm or whatever. Like, come on, dude. So what hood are you in? What hood are you changing? Because I know you're from Philly, and Philly still ain't fucking better. So what the fuck is you talking about, real black man? So then, by your own metrics, my dude, you are not a real fucking black man. So how the hell can you even tell anybody what the fuck a real black man is if you're not it? Huh? Again, you're like Paper Mario talking about how the world will be in 3D, but you can't even fucking fathom it, my nigga, because you don't come close. Okay? So we have to, like, listen, Dr. Umar Johnson, I hesitate to call him doctor, Umar Johnson says a lot of things that are full of knowledge. He is full of knowledge, and he sometimes he says things and they're home runs, and sometimes he says things and he's just straight striking out, like what he just said. So you can't take everything these people say as gospel. You can't take everything that I say as gospel. You have to freaking audit that shit, hold it up, and say, yeah, that's true and that's not true, and you just can't take everything and just be put it on a pedestal and run with it. Because that last statement about a real black man would have stayed in his community. No, a dumb motherfucker would stay in his community. A dumb motherfucker without a goddamn plan is going to stay in his community. If you have kids and you have a plan for your kids and a plan for yourself, then you know that, and you're smart and intelligent, then you know that you probably should leave the fucking hood, because you're endangering not only your own life but the life of your family by remaining there, and that you can do whatever you want to do outside of the hood that you could do in the hood.
No, a real black man would have stayed in his community.
You know what? You're an idiot. That's what you are.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's an idiot, but that was a very idiotic statement to make.
What a real black man get
All right.
A real black man wouldn't have ran away from his
Shut up, idiot.
He said, "Shut up, idiot." No, but I mean, yeah. This dude Jarvis coming straight for Umar, but Umar said some dumb shit, and he deserves that. A real black man wouldn't have ran away. A real black man, dude, where the fuck are you? Who knows where the fuck you live? All I know is that you from Philly, allegedly. You from Philly, but I don't know where the fuck you live. I don't know if you didn't make Philly better. So what are you talking about, bro? And every time I see you talking like you in a different hotel room in a different fucking city. So what is you doing, man? What is you doing?
I gotta go. Johnson, thank you so much for being with me. So we'll have you back.
Thank you. Let's do.
All right, that's pretty much it on that. I pressed the wrong button by mistake. Peace.